It's Ty, and I'm
And
joined
Will.
by Will.
Hey,
Will,
the
great
best.
intro.
No,
Oh
yeah,
my god. Uh,
the best
so
of the best.
so this is our first podcast.
Hopefully.
Yeah, you said it. You said it. Oh my god. So let's just start out with like games we've been playing recently, I guess. So Will, you start. What's one of the biggest games you've been
Okay,
playing
recently,
in the past week, I should say?
I guess the most recent, or past week, the biggest game that I played. Well, I guess that would have to be either the new Sim City or possibly Dead Space. I played that a little while ago.
Dead Space.
Yeah, it's an old game, but it's definitely a good
It's
game.
definitely holds up well. I will admit that, especially since I've never played Dead Space, so this is kind of biased. But I feel like if I was going to play a Dead Space game, I'd play the first one, because the lack of like, you know his name, but that's about it. A-
Yeah.
And you definitely associate yourself with the character a bit more. All right, so okay, talk either about Dead Space or SimCity, your choice.
Oh, that's eventful. Either I tell spoilers or I tell funny.
Okay,
Let's
don't
see. So
spoil
I wanted to
anything. Talk
say the
about
basics.
talk about it as in like your experience with it. I mean, talk about Dead
Yeah,
Space.
like about Dead Space, my experience.
Yeah.
Um, Lots of monsters, lots of jump scares, very loud music. Remember to turn it down.
That's it?
That is my lesson. I haven't beat it yet,
Oh, okay.
so
Okay.
far it's scared the shit out of me at least once,
At least once.
and definitely made me cower in a corner for at least once.
Like your brother when he
I
scared you
cowered in
with
the
like a
corner.
witch.
I cowered in the corner in the game before. It
You just
happened.
walk into a corner and you're just like,
Walk
no.
into a corner, turn around, and just open fire. Yeah,
That's I guess that's the equivalent of cowering.
that is practically cowering because my character can't crouch. So, yay!
He can stomp though.
Yeah.
That is very, very prominent. Do you recommend Dead Space so far, even though you haven't completed it?
So far, to somebody who wants to get a good scare out of a game and is used to the common FPS, should really try it.
Okay, so
Those
I may
numbers.
actually look into
So
it.
it's definitely worth whatever it costs.
Whatever it's worth now, I don't know.
Yeah.
Uh, okay, so a game besides Minecraft, I don't want to talk about Minecraft that much because
And
everyone knows the gist by now. Like the game's been out for close to what, 6 years?
mm,
Yeah, it's actually the sixth anniversary is coming up soon. Actually, in
no,
about
no,
May.
come on.
Yeah, so yeah, congratulations, Minecraft.
Woohoo!
Woo!
Uh,
Okay, so a game I've been playing a lot is the Binding of Isaac Rebirth.
yeah.
And that's just from the week. I've been playing that for like the past month.
Constantly, never ending. Won't
Ex-
talk to me. That good stuff.
it's like you and Kerbal Space Program when it first came out.
Okay. When I actually first got that, yeah, I was super into it. Still kind of into it, but not as much.
Yeah, exactly. I feel
When
like
you
that.
log 1,000 hours into a game, you kind of give up on it. Usually.
Yeah, my goal in that game is to get real Platinum God, which is basically 100% everything. That's gonna take a while.
100% is fun.
It depends on what it is. And in Rebirth, I think it's actually really well worth it because it's made in such a way where it's not dull. Like, Rebirth is a
Most of
remake.
these births are really.
Yeah, Rebirth is a remake of the original Binding of Isaac and Wrath of the Lamb DLC that came out in 2009.
Hmm.
And they definitely improved on it, and they made it like yeah, it's a remake, and they made it in like 16-bit graphics, which looks really nice.
That's good.
Yeah, they also added a whole bunch of new items, a lot of new characters, new challenges, and everything's all great. They definitely improved on it. Like with the original Binding of Isaac, I play it from time to time, and that's about it. But this one, I'm playing it almost constantly.
Yeah, I see that. Well, definitely, I know that.
Oh yeah, you know that more than anyone else. You every time it's just like Ty Emerson is now playing Binding of Isaac
Yeah.
Rebirth.
Like, yeah, I'm all alone.
You know, you could Skype me anytime for that.
Now, mostly anytime, but yeah, that's more of a personal thing.
Oh my god, yeah. So, yeah, that is very true. So I'm trying to think, okay, so I'm gonna skip right to this since that's about as much games as we have right now.
Yeah,
We don't really know about games because games haven't
yeah,
really been announced yet. It's almost E3 actually, or it's almost E3. That's still 6 months away. But it's
yeah.
after Christmas, and now there's not really any game announcements anymore. Right? Well,
Yeah.
yeah, we kind of missed out on making the podcast before Christmas. So,
Oh,
okay, well, okay, let's instead of going straight to questions, how about games that you want and what you like to see about from the trailers and stuff like that.
well, that's evil. Let's
Just
see.
listen. Okay, I want to go first.
Okay,
A
okay, go
game
ahead.
that I want is Sunset Overdrive, and not only for like Xbox One, I want it ported to possibly PC and also PS3. Because hear me out on this. It's made by Insomniac. I hope I said that right. The guys who made like Spyro the Dragon
Yeah,
and Ratchet and Clank, most famously for Ratchet and Clank. At least that's how I know them.
I missed those. They did a good job on those games.
They did a really good job. Even the last one, it didn't feel really that repetitive because they actually added a whole bunch of new guns and stuff in that game. Okay, but Sunset Overdrive definitely has that mechanic of basically anything's a weapon. Like, for God's sakes, one gun shoots records,
Wow.
and another gun
That
shoots
sounds like something you do. Um,
in
Dead
Ratchet and
Rising.
Clank. It's actually similar to one of the weapons.
Hmm.
Yeah, the record launcher. I forget what it's called. It's like Max Velocity or something. It's actually it may be a nod to it, but it's very similar to the what's the Buzz Blades from Tools of Destruction, and I think that was in a crack between time, a crack in time,
Uh,
a crack between. I'm mixing up games now.
yep.
I was thinking,
Yeah.
for some reason, A Link Between Worlds came up.
Wow.
I know, very, very, very off topic.
Yes. Yes, it is.
Okay, so Sunset Overdrive looks really good, as in the missions feel like you get rewarded well, like side missions and all that. They don't feel like they're just tacked on at the end. This is from me watching it, not playing it, by the way. And all the guns look unique, and you can get stuff for it and everything, and it looks actually really good. So, I really hope they port that.
I'll be fine at least.
That would be very fun. All right, it kind of okay. Before I'm missing out missing on a very big part is the parkour in that game. It feels Assassin's Creed-ish, I guess, from watching it, but it looks really, really fluent and good. That's all I want. That's the rest I want
Am I
to
only
get.
allowed to pick one game when I'm doing this, by the way?
That you want to get.
Yeah. That
Yeah,
I want to get.
Yeah, do one game
Or
you
you-
want to get,
or
and then we'll come back
I
to
can do
it.
one and one.
You can do two. I'll let you do two. It's just that
Okay.
Sunset Overdrive's at the top of my list because it looks really good.
Okay. For recent games that are coming out, most likely this year, would be Halo 5. I've been really into the Halo series for
Of
a very,
course,
very
of
long time.
course.
That's how I would know.
Yes, you
We had a
cited
good
the
hour.
history of Halo to me multiple times.
Stop. It's fun, okay?
It is. It is
Very-
very. that in itself can be a separate podcast. I swear to God.
Yeah, we could do that some other time.
Yeah, we'll probably
Um,
do that. Like for some reason we went one night. We went from I think it was like Mario to Resident Evil to
Halo.
Halo and to for some reason puberty. I don't know.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah, something like that.
It was an interesting night.
It was a
There
very
was no
interesting
alcohol
night.
involved.
There was no alcohol involved. We were completely sober.
But then again,
That's the weird part.
yeah.
All right, continue Halo 5.
The reason why I really picked that for the first one that I was going for is they took the old playstyle of Halo and amped it up with the fast motion of a COD shooter. So they practically fused Halo and the newer COD, Call of Duty. Like you get this action slide and sprint charges. It's pretty interesting. At least from the
Okay,
trailer.
okay, I see. Can I interrupt you for a second though?
Please go ahead.
I'm not really a big fan of shooters, and I'm not a big fan of Call of Duty, but I do like Halo more than I like Call of Duty. Do you think this could actually like scare away some fans?
It does have the possibility of breaking off from the true roots that old players love of the game, like the slow paced, timed out battles that people have.
Yeah, I guess that's a factor whenever you release a sequel to a game. You're always gonna scare off a little bit of the old audience.
But then again, you can bring in a new crowd through interesting visuals and new gameplay styles that you didn't have before. You can still
Exactly.
do the old paced stuff, but it's a lot harder. Um, but yeah, from the trailers, it looks really fun. I played maybe an hour of the beta for the multiplayer, and I am practically hooked and waiting for it.
Okay,
It's
okay.
going to be.
Do you do we know the story at all?
So are you going to? For the campaign, they haven't released much of the story, except for that. You're not exactly playing as Chief, but that I know of so far. Either you are, or you're playing as the agents, or the agent Locke trying to find him, because after the events of Halo 4, Chief goes on his own little. I'm mad. I'm going to go hide it somewhere in the galaxy.
Yeah, I know. I've beaten 4. I know.
We're not going to spoil that, but yeah, after the
Yeah.
events of Halo 4, he goes on a little. I'm going to go hide in the galaxy with Brave. So
Yeah, the only
Lock goes.
things we're gonna try to spoil, or not try to spoil, that sounds
Yeah, try
terrible.
not to spoil.
Try
Is
to not
because
spoil is games that have been made in the past 2 or 3 years or so.
yeah,
Anything beyond that's fair game. At this point, you guys should not care.
yeah.
Okay, continue.
Um, so either you're playing as the new character, Agent Locke, alongside the Arbiter,
Okay.
or you're playing as the Chief mixed in with some like backstory with Locke and stuff like that.
Okay,
Think
okay. Alright, before we get too deep into Halo, cause I'm sorry, but you tend to you tend
Yeah, I
to go on
ramble.
tangents about that, and that could fill up a whole hour itself.
I
So
definitely ramble, so don't worry.
yeah, so can you the second game you want to see?
Okay, the second game that I saw that kind of got me nice and hyped was Dying Light. It's a zombie apocalypse
Oh.
extraordinary parkour mastery thing.
Yep, I've seen that actually. I've seen a little bit of it, but not too much.
It's very parkour.
Very parkour. Sounds like
Very
sounds like an
parkour,
Assassin's Creed mixed with zombies, to be completely honest.
It's honestly just you have to run away a lot because more than a few zombies can really mess up your day. And
Thank God for
never
zombies not being able to jump.
well during the day.
Oh hell
During the
no!
night, there are specials that are much faster than you and can climb.
That's
Oh,
that's
yeah.
that's special cliche. When night comes, zombies are
Special
for some
creatures of
reason a hell of a lot stronger.
Right.
Okay, well, can I go on
Yeah.
another game that I want mainly?
Please.
Games that we want, not that we want to see, mainly because because there's not many game releases, at least that I'm following anyway. You're following Halo because it's Halo and you love Halo.
Yes, that's
That
the main reason why it's on my list.
and I feel like a ton of people who will eventually watch this will agree with you that yes, you're stuck to Halo like honey is to a bee or whatever that means.
That's a weird
It's
way
a
of
true, it's a weird but true analogy.
I'm like a maggot to flesh. I gotta say there. Until I
Yeah,
turn
because
into
honey
a
to
flesh.
bee is very weird.
Well, they eat it and they feed their young ants. That's about it. They don't really
Okay.
stick. It's like a spider to its web. It's stuck there. That's
Okay. What I want to see, actually, I'm going to say a game that I want to see is
Okay.
Resident Evil, another franchise you're very well familiar with.
yeah.
Also, don't play 6
No.
alone.
Oh,
6
they-
is not very good when you're by yourself.
No, six is pretty bad actually.
I think it's
wasn't
better than
too
5,
bad.
though. I'm going to say that.
It was definitely better than 5.
Definitely better than
Uh,
5. 5's the worst.
5, well, yeah,
It's like, what the hell happened?
they messed up royally because they tried to add efficient multiplayer AIs, which didn't work.
Define efficient.
They did a
Jesus.
very bad job at integrating AI, like because in number 4, which was notably the best game.
Yeah. How do you have
Uh,
how do you have the best and worst game right next to each other?
yeah, 4 is classified as the best, except for that the AI in it, which is kind of the whole point why you're even playing that game, is really fucking annoying. But other than that, the game is really good for storyline, for gameplay. Then 5, they try to integrate the storyline into with the AI, so it's like, oh yay, they're stupid. So any
Yeah.
quick time event that you have to come up against that's like mandatory to win the mission is your phone.
Okay, yeah, but at least with 6, it's
They fixed that. They
6. Okay, listen, 6's story was essentially a bad action movie from the 80s.
Well, you got 3 different plot lines that all went different directions.
I
One,
thought
yeah,
wasn't it 4 different plot lines, 4 campaigns?
Well, okay, yes, if you count the bonus campaign that you only get after beating the other 3.
Wait, whoa, there's a bonus. Oh, I guess. Okay.
Yeah, Ada's.
Oh, Ada's the bonus one?
Yeah, Ada's. the
I love
bonus.
how okay, listen. I love how Ada's campaign. If you play that in multiplayer, it's literally
Yeah.
just a single player campaign with a guy
With-
tacked onto it.
Yeah, and he's honestly just there to die.
There's actually parts where Ada like grapples to a certain ledge, and you just port to her.
Yeah, it's like, yeah, you know, it's not fun when I join in. It just, I'm here. It's meant to be tough.
You're a random soldier.
Well, you're more of an agent. Working
Again,
for
soldier.
Whoever the hell she's working for nowadays.
Yeah, no, Ada's as complicated as a Rubik's cube with 100 pieces.
Just break it apart, put it back together. They
That
tried
doesn't count. You break it, you buy it.
that. Well, of course.
You break it, you throw it in the river.
Yeah.
So if you kill Ada Wong, you throw her in the river, apparently.
Well, technically, she did throw herself off the balcony like 90 times, so it doesn't really matter, does it?
Why are we trying to make logic of this?
Or not.
Or not? That's actually a good point.
But
Okay,
I
but-
honestly say,
Can we get back on topic?
sure.
Okay, what I was about to say before we went on a rant a little bit was I want to see them to remaster Resident Evil 2.
Ooh, yeah, they're
Cause
doing another remake of 1. I don't know why they like to do, like, well, 0, whatever the hell.
no,
the
it's one. It's
man-
one.
Oh, yeah, no, 0 is with Rebecca.
No. Rebecca's in. Yeah, okay, yeah. Rebecca is in 0, but she's also in 1 as well.
Yeah, she's also in 1, but
Yeah,
that's mostly through the kill campaign.
Because the first one came out, then the second, and then yada yada yada. And then
Yeah.
they made a remake for the first one, which makes sense. And now they're remastering the remake.
Yeah, they're remastering the remake. I hope they remaster and remake the second one.
Yeah, I really.
Well, actually, they did. They did make a remake of it. Like they shit. Can't think of the word. They redid it so it's able to be played on modern computers and stuff.
Okay, there you go. That's a remake.
It's a remake.
Reboot.
So if they remaster it, what they're gonna have to do is probably redo cutscenes and not redo. Well, the game's actually really good, except for you can beat it
Well,
under 2 hours if you run through it.
if you think about it, when a game gets remade in HD, the only thing you're really working is rebuilding the game. The story and plot usually stays the same.
Always should stay the same. If it's a good game, don't change it.
If it ain't broke, don't fix it.
Exactly.
It usually stays the same, so planning for that is usually skipped completely, and that's what takes up a lot of time. I'm not a game designer, so do not quote me for this. But, not to get me wrong, level design, especially in HD, cannot be easy.
No, definitely not.
Definitely not.
Especially when you try to make like hyper realistic stuff. Like,
Exactly. Like now,
Halo
current gen.
the remake of Halo 2, they have live action cutscenes. They're not really live, but you know what they mean.
Why do we
tried
bring
to
up
make
Halo
it-
2? Halo 2 is considered the worst one out of them.
Well, yeah, that's because they removed the iconic assault rifle and all that good stuff. But it's not a bad game.
It is not. But then again, okay, I'm not gonna say then again because that sounds like I'm just gonna shit on it completely. But
Then
basically, but basically, it's the worst game out of a good series.
Well, if you go by box office purchases, actually Halo 1 was actually the least.
No, okay, by my opinion.
By
Because
your
I've
personal
played,
opinion, you say Halo
I've
Okay.
yeah. What?
worst. By your personal opinion, you pick Halo 2 to be the worst.
Yes.
Correct?
Yes.
Okay.
Okay,
that is
so
what we're
one
gonna
was
get.
good. One was good. I beat one a while ago actually. 3 was also really good. I like that. And that one's kind of 4. I'm gonna put behind 1 and 3, but still really good.
Yeah, they tried to put too much emotion behind the Chief.
Yeah,
It didn't work too well. It did pretty good, but it didn't work out with what his character was.
exactly. It would have worked better if it gradually built that throughout the games, but kind of went from him being like super manly man to emotion.
No, yeah.
Yeah.
Turned into Darth Vader at the end there.
No.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh
That's
my
practically what
god.
happened to him. Except for, he's not a robot.
Yeah. Also, like with the weapon design in Halo 4 is actually really cool. I did enjoy that quite a bit.
They did pretty good. They did really good.
The
in
Forerunner weapons.
Oh, yeah. It's
The
fun
only-
watching them build on.
The only weapon I have, I don't even know why they put it in. Besides it just being a weapon that everyone else has, is the grenades.
Okay, the grenades were good. Oh,
I cannot figure out how to use the grenades.
Which ones? The pulse ones?
The pulse,
Forerunner?
yeah, pulse.
Okay. The longer that an object stays within the pulse field when you throw down a pulse grenade, the more it drains its shields, and if somebody were to stand it at the full duration, they'd immediately die.
Okay, but thing is, what enemy stands in one place long enough besides turrets?
Well, it doesn't matter because it's actually a pretty big radius, and it's a duration thing. So, like, instead of a plasma grenade where you throw it, it sticks to them, or a frag grenade where you throw it and then it blows up and bounces off walls.
I've seen so
The
many.
pulse
I've seen so
grenade-
many of those frag grenade things where they throw it and it kills the guy on impact because his health was so low.
Well, that's only like from the grenade launcher and stuff. But yeah, well, sometimes you can. Yeah, that's Call of Duty, but that's something different.
That's called lucky, and then immediately not lucky.
Yeah. But the pulse grenade doesn't stick to things, which kind of sucks. It doesn't really bounce, but as soon as it detonates, it is like a pretty good area of effect.
It's delayed detonation though. That's the problem.
It's
me.
a slight delayed detonation, so but then again, all grenades are delayed detonations.
Well,
that
yeah,
they were-
but listen.
Okay.
Well, it's like a frag grenade. You're not gonna expect it to explode immediately hitting something, and with the plasma grenade, there's an indication. It lights
Exactly.
up. With the pulse
Well, yeah,
grenade,
it's
the pulse grenade, it kind of just goes whenever.
Well, it's not that bad. It flies for roughly 3 seconds, either hits the ground or a target, and then opens up into that. Lasts about 10 seconds, and then it closes in on itself.
Okay, still, I didn't use them, so
Honestly, it's like a point-blank shotgun if you change the blast range too much, so that's all that's important.
okay, awesome. I love how this came from a talk about Resident
Other
Evil.
games back into Halo. Yeah, we're referring to Halo a lot.
Okay. A game that I find that isn't really talked about a lot in Resident Evil is the third one, Resident Evil 3 Nemesis.
Okay, Nemesis wasn't bad.
I have not played
Except
Nemesis, so I cannot say.
the movies were definitely
Why
wrong.
are we bringing up the movies?
But the movies are shit.
Well, the first one wasn't bad, I don't think.
Okay, the first one wasn't bad, and
And
then
then
the rest-
it started a steep decline, and I mean like you fall off it. It's a cliff.
it was like good up in the few hundred, like let's say really high on the graph, and then it just drops down to like a 1, maybe it gets up to like a 5 again, and
The
some of the
stock
action
market
scenes-
crash, essentially. You know, from
Yeah.
those old cartoons, the stock market crash.
Yeah, but then there's like some cool action scenes which give you back up to like a 10, and then it just dies again.
It
There's,
like slightly goes back up, and then it just goes further down after the action
yeah,
scene's
it goes
done.
through the bottom of it, and like kills a zombie on the way down.
Yeah. I actually heard they were actually making a Halo movie, and then it was switched into a new movie. I forget what it was called, though.
They did make a Halo movie. It was more of a teaser for Halo 4, but it was more of a backstory before not before the war, but before it was broadly saying, yeah, there's the aliens out there killing us, so join the army.
Join the army.
That's practically
Your planet
how
needs
they would
you.
tell their join the army. We need people.
Do you think it'll eventually get to
Humanity
that
needs you
point?
because we're fucking dying.
Do you think it'll get to that point where it's like screw human discrimination to kill aliens, basically?
If in real life or in games.
I mean, oh, in
games-
games it's already happening. I mean, like in real life, like eventually.
If we were to fight or find an alien race that was hostile, we would not. First of all, not likely be able to fight it anyways. Second of all, if we could fight it, we'd most likely lose.
That is true.
Third of all, if we got to amass like galactic-sized empire, like the UNSC, I guess,
Jesus, Dark Vader.
and then an even bigger empire, the Covenant, or any alien empire that we decided to call whatever the hell we want to call it, because we're humans and have thought processes, and whatever we call it, attacks us, it will take, first of all, depending on how many people there are, it would take a good amount of time to react to it, because we have to study them after studying us, and we're fighting each other on breaches of that.
Yeah, okay.
Until it comes to the point where it's full-on war, and one side either gets destroyed or surrenders eventually. And many planets and billions of lives will be lost, kind of thing.
Mm.
So,
Luckily,
Yay.
there's still a good, 1,000 years?
in the Halo universe,
Yeah.
500,
Oh, 500. Whatever.
510
Okay, well,
until
we'll
the
be
first
long
covenant.
gone by then, unless someone puts us into, like, sleep or something.
If we have cryostasis, I will be a very mad old man.
You just wake up and you're 40, and you're just like, what the hell?
Like, hello, welcome to the future. Yeah, we're fighting aliens. Grab a gun. It's like, why am I here then? Because you're smart. You're like, you sure about that?
The
Play
only
the Halo
reason I
games,
picked you
yeah.
is because you know the lore so well.
You played the Halo games, right? And you've mastered the lore, correct? Yes. So it's like, good.
It's like you have a
Gotcha.
sudden realization, like, my planet needs me. You like someone throws you like a
Everything
plasma rifle and you catch it.
Got it. My turn.
It's like you try to be badass. Someone throws you a plasma rifle. You try to catch it, it hits you in the head.
It's like, are you gonna get back up? I hope so.
Or you just see the chaos and you're just like, put me back under.
Put me back under, I'll wake up in 5 years and it'll all be over.
You
Any
wake.
time frame we are in.
Oh, someone Skyped me.
Oh no!
It's Silver.
Yay! Hi, Silver. But yeah, of course, we're not second.
Yeah, we're podcasting.
No.
We're only. I'm looking at the timer now, and we're only about half an hour in.
Yeah.
We spent a half an hour talking about games.
Yeah, we didn't even get to the questions that we were
The
randomly.
questions are for the end.
Okay. So how many
Okay.
questions do you think we're gonna do?
I'll say about three. Three each.
3? Oh wow, then I have to actually go through these and actually pick one.
Yeah, pick 3.
Oh
Well,
gosh.
the page I'm on is
You have 800. I have.
exactly. I'm afraid to move the page because I feel like I'm gonna ruin the recording if I move.
Well, good. Good thing for me that I have multiple screens and I'm not recording. So.
Yeah, exactly. I'm recording the audio.
Yay. Now, let's
Be-doo,
see.
be-doo.
I'm gonna grab 5 questions and list them in my favorite order.
You're gonna ask us 5 questions.
I'm gonna ask 5 questions and we're both gonna discuss them later on.
Okay. How about we discuss them in like 5 minutes?
Okay.
All right.
If you find something to talk about for 5 minutes.
All right. Well, I'm gonna look at.
Dun, 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 dun,
Just shut up.
dun, dun.
Okay. So.
Okay.
All right. Let's think of another game to talk about. That should be one more game we should talk about, and then we'll do questions, and then we'll do whatever.
Hmm.
Damn it! When we have to try, it's hard.
Yeah, I know. When we have to think of something, it's hard.
Okay. As games that we both know, so we can talk about.
We can always do Team Fortress 2 stuff, but
Everyone knows Team Fortress 2, though. That's the thing.
not everybody. Is that a lot?
Okay.
It's like Minecraft.
Okay, we haven't talked about a Nintendo game actually, so
God, I've never played anything by Nintendo except for Mario.
wow.
The newer Mario is more specific.
Okay, let's
I
talk
am
about
out of the loop.
let's talk about 3D Land then.
3D Land?
Or not 3D Land, New Super Mario Bros. Wii.
Oh jeez, I've only played like 1 or 2 matches of that, but okay.
Have you played that one?
I played very little of that one, depends on where we are.
Well, there's not really much to talk about in a Mario game. That's the problem.
You squish Goombas and you fight foods.
And you get power-ups.
And you find little mushrooms that make you very fucking powerful because high as fuck. That is how Mario works.
We're gonna be taken down so fast.
We are going to be reported and spam the hell up saying, "You're horrible people, stop it." Yeah, no,
We're not talking shit about Mario. Mario's actually really fun.
It's a very interesting.
It's a
and
very simple
legendary
concept,
game.
and it's actually really
That's
fun.
like-
It's definitely the funnest game of go from point A to point B, and sometimes to point C.
Unless you're playing a racing game.
Yeah, in that case, then it just gets annoying.
Depends
Okay.
on the racing
Let's talk about...
Man.
Damn it,
No.
we need to talk about one more game before...
We talk about all the bad Sonic games that ever happened, except for, like the one good one they did.
There's been a lot of good Sonic games. Alright, let's talk about Sonic...
I haven't played any Sonic games either.
Are you...
I just know they're all shit.
Not
I'm a
all of
PC
them. Not all of
gamer.
them. Not all of them. From about Sonic Adventure 2 and onwards, then they start to go to complete shit.
But then again, they did. What's really funny is Sony bought the rights to Spider-Man. Or who bought no? Somebody bought the rights for Spider-Man, so somebody couldn't do stuff with it anymore.
I know
So, yeah.
I know Activision had them for a while.
Marvel, so that's why Spider-Man. The reason why Spider-Man's not in the Avengers is because Sony bought the rights to Spider-Man.
Okay, well,
That is why Spider-Man is not in the Avengers.
okay. Let's talk about superpowers then, because superpowers are great.
Okay, so
Thank you for the transition, Will.
Can we get it in the form of a question?
Yeah. What would be your superpower? Not the one you want, but what would be the one you'd end up having?
If I... Uh-oh.
It's an interesting question.
Uh-oh.
What?
I just lost your audio twice for about 5 seconds each time.
Just keep going.
From what? I lost any good audio from you there.
Okay. What I said
Repeat the
was...
question.
Okay, what superpower would you like?
What I like. Honestly, I want to say telekinesis. But then again, that's kind of a...
Well, the thing is, with telekinesis,
super brain power.
I was about to say, is that just reading minds and controlling minds, or is that actually like controlling the environment as well?
Well, telekinesis itself is ability to move objects with power of your mind.
Okay.
Mind reading is technically under kinesis, but it's not under telekinesis, I'm pretty sure.
Telly.
Because I'm pretty
You want to watch some telly?
telekinesis. I'm pretty sure telekinesis is the ability to move stuff. 1 second. Because of internet.
Okay, yeah. I'm trying to
Something, right?
think. What's a superpower I'd like? I would like, I don't know, actually. I guess regeneration. That'd be a nice one.
Yeah.
Actually, no. No. That's... Living longer than you have to seems kind of terrible. This is actually a hard question, because you actually think about... Okay,
Let's see.
laser eyes. There. Heat vision.
Laser eyes.
Yeah, except I'm able to control them, unlike Cyclops.
I'm gonna say telekinesis is definitely one that I would like. The power to manipulate objects with the mind.
Yeah.
So yeah,
That's what it is.
so definitely move stuff.
So much for killing
Good
time
stuff.
with that.
Yeah, so much for calling time.
Alright,
But then again, now we have roughly
questions.
20 minutes.
we have 24 minutes.
24 minutes? Okay.
Alright, so
Roughly
let's go to the questions. Okay.
So you have. First, how about you throw one at me first?
Okay. What's your star sign?
What's my star sign? Like
Okay.
the constellation?
Yeah, like, are you a Taurus? Are you Sagittarius?
I am a Virgo. I am a Virgo.
You
I
are
am
a
born
Virgo.
under the sign of Virgo. I shall ever be and forever will be Virgo.
Okay. I'm a
Yeah,
Taurus. I'm a Taurus. And I don't actually follow horoscopes.
So we got a bull and a virgin.
We got a bull and a what?
A bull and a virgin. That is our two signs. That's how that works.
Well, we're talking about video games after all.
Yes, we are. So I guess we're not gonna get too.
I feel like if
Or
you
other
wish,
than
if you, here's a really bad joke. If you wish not to die a virgin, does that mean you're granted eternal life?
Okay, that would actually be really funny because if I was forced to be constantly virgin forever and had a wish from a genie, never die a virgin. If the constellation forced me to be a virgin forever, that I would live forever. So technically that's good, but also very bad. It's also like the ability to live forever, being immortal. You have
Being
to think of it
immortal
as this way.
sucks. I'm gonna say that because
Being immortal sucks.
unless you have like,
No, wait.
say your wife
Yeah.
or something is also or something. If your wife is also like immortal, then I guess it wouldn't be that bad.
It wouldn't be that bad, well, until, you guys hate each other after a very, very long time of spending time together.
It's basically that point where you go back to work because you can't stand your wife.
Yeah.
I don't know about your love life, but my love life is not exactly like that. Mine is next to non-existent.
Well, I'm going to say about that. Maybe farther than that, but not too good at all.
Okay, well, alright. Next question from me is, what's your lucky number?
My lucky number.
If you say 7, I'm gonna punch you.
Why is it yours?
No. 7 is the universal lucky number in North America.
Honestly, I don't know.
Mine's 20.
But then again, for me, the reason why I don't really guess I have one is because it's like, luck's not really a thing. It's kind of just all chances. Like, exactly, that's what the whole point of luck is. So, depends on the situation, but let's say 3. For dice, 3
No, just in general.
in general lucky number.
Yeah.
Could I cough a bunch of Orion, say 13?
You know.
I know.
So many people are yelling at you right now.
Oh, I know. Causing a ride because of a lucky
Thank
number.
you, Will.
Or fact
First
lucky number.
podcast. You couldn't even
I know
leave it
it-
alone, and you have to cause a roar in the comments.
If it happens. If it happens.
If it happens. It's like next podcast. Yeah, it didn't happen.
Didn't happen. Sorry, guys.
It's like every end of the world, every end of the world say or like thing since
It's the
1999.
Y2K. The computers don't know how to do to go to 2000. Everything's gonna end. Boom.
I
It's
love how
over.
immediately you went to Y2K, and yet there's been
This is
like
the
there's
century.
been an end of the world scare since every year basically since 2000.
Exactly. That's hilarious to watch people scream and panic over the button or their computers not being able to figure out what two is. At the time when people were like, it's on and off, it's all ones and zeros. What happens when it reaches a two? Well, what happened when it had three nines? What the fuck do you
Yeah,
think happened
what
there?
happened when it reached 3 nines? No, I think the biggest thing is that it displayed the last two digits, and it was like 99.
Well, then it would have rolled over, yeah, okay. But
Yeah,
then again,
still a
when you
stupid
have,
theory nonetheless, but.
yeah, I guess.
And then there's like the Family
Um,
Guy episode where that actually happened. That was a good episode actually.
everything's made a giant mess, and I can't watch
And
that
everything
episode.
and everyone feeds on Twinkies.
Okay, that one. With like planes fall from the sky and good stuff like that.
Yeah. Anybody else feel that? How much time do we have? We have like still 18 minutes. Okay. Next question.
You want me to ask the next one?
No, I'll ask one more and then I'll pass it off to
Okay.
you. Oh, here. I'm looking down the list, and the 13th one is if you were a superhero, what would your powers would you have?
Oh wow, we've already done that one.
Exactly. So, what was your last dream about?
Didn't sleep last night, so
I can imagine it's like, what was your last dream about?
the daydreams count.
Pass.
What?
It's like, what was your last dream about? Pass.
Do daydreams count?
Yes, daydream will count.
Okay, then drift off into like a daydream.
You
Uh,
sound like from Game Grumps Dan's dad, like,
what am I doing here?
No, he's not senile, he's just,
Let's see. The last thing that I dreamed about that isn't something that could get flagged.
See? I knew it.
Well, yeah, of course you knew it. You know me too well. Honestly, I'm
We're
going
two
to
teenagers
say
on the internet, of course.
I'm going to say Halo because why not? Because that is the daydream I've been probably having for a while.
Okay, next time we may want to introduce a pass system.
Yes, we're introducing a pass system for next question next time.
Next
Okay,
episode.
so
Okay,
for-
the last dream I dreamt about that I actually remember. This one actually sounds really bizarre. I was in the sky above the clouds, riding a Minecraft spider, and I was holding something. I think it was a diamond sword.
Hmm.
And now I was normal, like I wasn't Steve or anything. I was normal.
the player.
No, I wasn't
We're not-
player. I wasn't
See,
player.
we're not getting into controversies about Steve or the player right now.
Please,
No.
yeah, please not right now. And I was just normal, and I'm just like thinking to myself, is that a cloud? And then I woke up, and I'm just like, not even like frightened at all. Like I'm just like, I need
Good
to write
dream.
this. I need to write this down somewhere.
Brush your shoulders off, like standing tall and stuff.
It's like, it's just like it smells like spiders in here.
Oh goodness. Okay.
You're
So,
expecting
for
to
my-
wake up and there's a cave spider curled up at the end
Yeah.
of your bed.
Like, that's
Ah, she keeps Skyping me.
I'm gonna stop that.
Alright,
Okay.
alright. How much?
For my
we
first-
got 15
okay.
minutes. Okay, so
15.
yeah, okay.
For my first question, if you could change one thing about the world, regardless of guilt or politics, what would you do?
Probably world hunger. I'm gonna just say world hunger, because first off, I hate being hungry. It's one of the worst feelings that there is. And I can just imagine people just being hungry, man. And it just sucks, you know? So
Yeah,
I'd fix world hunger. And they say there's enough food to go around. So
there definitely is enough food to go around the world. Slothful, gluttonous bastards. So,
I'm not.
except for anorexics.
I'm
So,
not. Do you honestly, you've clearly never been to my house and seen me eat because I usually clean up pretty well.
yeah.
Alright,
So,
alright,
um,
what would you do?
I want to say crime, honestly, because
Crime?
crime's a big thing. If you get rid of crime altogether, like,
That is true, but
get rid of the need of want.
okay, I feel like this is very
This is gonna
contradictive.
get philosophical.
Yes, as well as it's very contradictive because even with world hunger being solved, there's still going to be people who go hungry. And even if you solve all crime, there's still going to be crime in the world.
Somewhere,
Yeah.
whether yeah, because you can't solve all crime.
You can't
But
solve all of anything. It's basically solving it to satisfaction. That's about it.
so it's dissatisfactory solving of things.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Alright, next question.
Next question would be: if you could live anywhere in the world, where would you live?
That's a really hard one, actually.
Now,
You start, because...
honestly, due to recent events and like class or school related subjects that I'm getting into other cultures of the world, and I've honestly been really into mostly other cultures, but mostly the Asian cultures. So I'd be very enticed to go to Japan or China.
Okay, so Asia.
So Asia in general.
Okay, that's a little unspecific, but I'll roll with it.
Well, I didn't say the supercontinent evaporated, so
Where would you live in the
I was more
world?
talking about Japan.
Anywhere!
Living anywhere of the old world because fuck logic.
You live on a plane, and you don't even
Yeah,
land. You only land to refuel and get everything.
I land because my blimp doesn't have a farm on it.
I have to land because the shitter is full.
I had to land because of food. Uh,
That's a reference, by the way. Merry Christmas, shitter is full.
that's a new one.
That's a reference.
I don't know that one.
It's from National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation.
Hmm.
That's a good movie. If you haven't seen it, you should watch it.
Okay, so
Okay, now it's back to me.
Yeah.
I don't know where I'd live. I probably Italy, mainly because I love food.
Yeah, you
And
die.
but think about it.
They'll overfeed you. You'll die.
The French as well as the Italians are really well known for their food,
Yeah,
and it's actually really good. Like the stuff that we make is all right, but the stuff that an actual like Italian makes is just amazing.
the league above.
Yep. So yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Final question from you.
If unless we go for more.
We'll
If you
go for
became
more, probably.
multi-millionaire overnight, what would you buy?
A new PC. An actual PC. I only have a laptop right now. That's what I'm making videos on. So, okay. How about this? Let's make the question more interesting. What would you buy for yourself, for a loved one, and yeah, okay. What would you buy for yourself, your family, and okay, yeah. What would you buy for yourself and your family? Let's do that one. For
Okay.
myself, it'd be the PC. For my family, it'd probably be like a house or a car
Okay.
or the shoveling out the money to get the Jeep fixed. Cause did you hear that our Jeep doesn't pass code here?
Nope.
Yeah, so it's just sitting in the driveway right now.
Okay.
All right, what would you do?
For my family, I would get them the dream house they wanted, like, because unfortunately I have two separate families because
Yes.
parental issues.
Yep.
I'll get my dad the house he's always wanted to make. I'd help, like, pay for it.
You pay for
And
it.
for my mom, I would probably help her out of financial things. For
Okay.
myself, because I happen to be me and very,
You
very,
get a
very
bunch of Halo Legos.
okay. I could do that, but then again,
That was
oh
basically Christmas for you.
yeah, that was Christmas. At Christmas, I got a whole shit ton of Legos. But for myself, honestly, I would probably go for an elitist gaming room, like
Like there's
everything,
foam on the walls and there's like a stand-up mic and everything.
all the good stuff, like
You
all the
look down and
systems.
there's like a tower twice the size of you.
You get the fun stuff like that. We got all the consoles. You
The
got all the good
computer,
stuff. You got a massive PC. You got all the good stuff.
yeah, the computer is works so well it's borderline illegal to own.
Yeah. And if I knew how to make stuff, like actually entertaining things, I would probably do it.
Yeah. Well, your stuff's not entertaining. It's just that your computer can't compute it.
Yeah, that's what you get with a gaming computer that has no brains whatsoever in it.
Yeah.
It's
Good
made
for
for
gaming.
playing games, but
That's
it's
about
not
it.
so good at doing anymore.
You crash when you try to play Fist of Frag and record it.
Okay, no, I didn't crash because of that. I crashed because my internet died. There's a difference.
Still, whatever. We
My
still got.
computer crashed while
We
loading
still have
pipes.
9 minutes. Jesus.
Ow.
Okay, let's do two more questions then. I'll
Okay,
go.
so you throw one out.
Uh. I'm trying to find one because one of them are like repeats. Like one of them is, what would you do if you won the lottery?
Okay.
Which form of public transportation do you prefer?
I honestly prefer public transit as in buses.
Yeah,
prefer buses
I
over
agree with
taxis.
you on that. Why do you prefer public transit?
Well, why do I prefer buses over taxis? First of all, it's cheaper. Second of all, I don't mind walking to places after I get off the bus. It's more of depending on the situation. If it's really, really bad outside, I might take a taxi, but I'd rather take a bus because first of all, it's cheaper. Second of all, more cost effective for everyone else and better for the environment.
Essentially, that's the same reason for me, as well as like every transportation thing, no matter where you are, a transportation thing has its ups and downs. For one, for buses is here right now since it's winter. It's cold as hell outside, so
Okay, yeah, long
waiting
wait,
for the bus is not nice.
the long waiting, cold temperatures.
That's a con, but I do prefer buses over, mainly because it's cheaper. Because you can go like what, like 10
Forever.
10 kilometers for like what, 250. Well, a taxi that would
Two
cost you,
75 here, and we can go across.
it's 250 here, but like you can take a taxi and you easily burn through
20
like 20, maybe 30 bucks.
Yeah. So yeah, with that. Okay, now hop back over to me for my next question.
All right, I'll
Um,
find another one.
What type of music do you enjoy the most?
Old school rock.
Any specific details of why?
I don't know. Just feel a better connection with it, mainly because that's mainly what my parents listened to when I was growing up. Like, Queen is a big one. One of my favorite bands is Queen.
Yeah, they were good.
If you have not heard Queen, or not Google, YouTube the music. Do it right now.
Google their YouTube music.
Google the
Um,
tube music.
Yeah. Um,
You Google. Google.
do you is that modern or no? I mean, is that like your most modern or just in general?
It's my preferred. What do you mean modern?
More modern, like you said, classic rock. So, if you had to pick a modern style, what would it be?
If I had to pick a modern style, trying to think. That's actually a good question.
Because I have
I'm
the
gonna
answer
go
both.
with pop. I'm just gonna go with pop music.
Gonna go pop music. Okay.
Yeah.
For my oldies, most favorite type of music, I'm gonna say old country because I
Okay.
grew up on that.
That's
And
before country music was actually like about losing your house and your dog, and when it was entertaining.
yes. And for modern genres, I'm going to pick the whole broad spectrum of the Electrica series. So dubstep, nightcore, stuff like that. Techno music, house music, all that
Okay.
good stuff.
Yeah.
Anything that is
Dubstep is
electric.
one of the newer things of music, isn't it? It only really showed
Uh,
up a few years ago.
yeah, 2 years ago ish. But then
No,
again,
longer than that. Longer than that. It's more like 3 years.
nightcore is really new. Nightcore is like
Yeah, that's just coming into popularity. Thank you, Adrian for introducing us to that.
I like it.
I like it too. It's a guilty pleasure of mine.
That's maybe go a little too far.
It's
So
it's a guilty pleasure, as in it
you have
should be
another question?
terrible, but it's great.
Do you have another question?
Let me see. Uh, trying to think. What's your favorite color?
My favorite color is green because I don't know why. It's just out. It makes me feel outdoorsy, and I really enjoy being out there.
My favorite color is orange, and that when it comes to guys, I'm gonna say guys. 'Cause I'm not sure about girls. When it comes to your favorite colors and you're a guy, it's kind of just there. You just like it over other colors. That's about as much as there is to it.
It's all based on mood when you first pick it as your favorite, I guess.
Yeah. I think the only reason orange is my favorite color is because a teacher of mine, like back in like second grade or something, is like, "What's your favorite color?" And the first color that came to mind was orange.
Orange. Did I say that right? It's like the fruit, right? Okay, now I have a question that's gonna be super philosophical.
What
Is
is life?
is the fruit the orange called an orange because it's orange, or is the color orange named after the fruit?
I actually know this question. I actually
Okay.
know the answer. It's the orange, the fruit, had the name before the color for a couple thousand years, and then the color was named after the fruit.
Hmm.
Before
I didn't
then, it was called Yolari.
Jewelry.
Yeah, meaning red yellow. Next question.
Okay.
Okay, you pick an actual question that both of us can actually think about.
Okay. Let me say, what is your cleanest, guiltiest pleasure?
My.
So
Did you
nothing.
have to add? Did you have to add the cleanest part into it?
Well, we don't want the dark part of any internet involved in this.
Yeah. So the dark side of YouTube can stay out for now.
Dark side of YouTube, dark side of Google, dark side of everything. Stay
Dark
out.
side of Facebook is really weird.
Okay, the dark side of Facebook has always been there. It's prominent.
It's a weird type of dark side because it can go from the light side to the dark side in a matter of seconds.
You click on the wrong link and you get fucked. That's practically what
Yep.
happens. Pardon my swearing for the third time in this video, probably.
I think it's actually the second time. I only recall two. I think I've actually sworn more than you actually.
Probably.
Yeah,
Okay,
whatever.
so back
So
to
what was
back.
the question? What was the question?
What is your cleanest, guiltiest pleasure?
I'm gonna have to think that over. What's yours?
Taking a shower after a long time of not taking a shower. So if let's say you go camping or something and then take a nice
Oh,
shower.
okay. Okay. So you're not just sitting in your room being a smelly
No,
bastard.
not that. I'm like thinking in practical sense. Like let's say you're unavailable to take a shower for
You're in a log cabin for 2 weeks.
yeah,
With
something
no
like that.
plumbing.
Yeah, and then you come back to the wonderfulness of warm water and indoor plumbing.
Okay.
So that's my cleanest, guiltiest pleasure.
Literally.
Yeah, literally.
Okay, mine is probably listening to really terrible music. Like Kung Fu Fighting is up there.
Okay, the old classic punny as fuck music.
Yeah,
My
the
third.
Kung Fu music
Either
is a complete guilty pleasure. That you hate it so much, but it's just so damn catchy.
Yeah.
Like
I don't-
everyone knows it too. It's like
And it's kind of racist when you do that.
it is extremely racist,
It's
actually.
referred to as Asian in that sense because Kung Fu is a Chinese art of martial arts.
Yes, it is.
Yeah.
Okay, let's wrap this up. We're almost out of time.
Well, could I ask one more question?
No, we have like no time. We have 20 seconds.
Okay. How about this? What time is bedtime? Never.
You never sleep when you're a gamer.
You never sleep. Sleep is for the weak.
Sleep is very much so for the weak.
Okay.
Oh
Well,
my god.
that is the end of this, I guess. So,
Hold on.
let
Uh,
you grab your composure.
let me
You're dying over
let
there.
me re-grab my composure. Also, gotta figure out a date on when I'm gonna post this.
Some other time.
Most
Doesn't
likely Friday.
Yay! By the way, we're recording this on the 12th.
We're recording this on Monday.
We're recording on this on Monday, so roughly 4 days away, so 16th.
Alright, hold on. I got a massive deck of magic cards sitting next to me.
Oh no.
And I'm gonna pick one card
Okay,
out.
flip over the first card. Flip the first card on the deck and tell everyone what it is.
Exactly, that's how we're gonna end these, is I'm gonna read one of the
Okay.
magic cards from... Okay,
Let's
the first
see
one I
bad
pulled out
card.
isn't in English, so I'm gonna pick a different one.
Yeah, good idea.
Okay, that's a double card, damn it! Alright, let's pick from this. Okay. The card I picked was a land. It's Blossoming Sands.